Hi Geminis, so this is going to be a general reading, but before I start I wanted to give a little bit of say some things before I start the reading. I don't know, a disclaimer. So yeah, I know I haven't been very, what it feels like to me, even like if it's one day that I don't read, it feels like real bad inconsistency for me. So I'm planning to get back on track, okay, and do readings. There's just some personal things that I'm going through, so I hope you guys could bear with me, those of you who do actually, watch my readings consistently or even care to listen. Obviously you can skip over this part. So yeah, I plan to be a little more consistent. I also have came to the conclusion that weekends are pretty much like the time where I have, or it seems like I'll have more spare time to do my readings. Sorry about that, forgot to put it on do not disturb. So yeah, which I hope, uploading on the weekend will not be an issue or anything like that. Could even be, maybe something to watch if you need something to watch on the weekend. I know for me, sometimes I like watching readings, or I catch up on readings on the weekend. But yeah, getting that out of the way, just bear with me guys, because it's, when it comes to readings, I know this may sound cliche, but I want to put my best energy and effort that I possibly could, because I'm not just here to sit and just be like, oh yeah, look, look this and that. And I want to do, I want to take this seriously, for a very long time, and even now, lots of readers, not to get emotional or anything, but lots of readers, when they do a reading or they give some exciting energy, or they just, even watching them, their energy, their aura is, means a lot to me. It's like I click onto YouTube and I'm like, oh my gosh, my virtual soul family, So I want to be able to take this as serious as I could. So my bad for being kind of just, I feel like a lot all over the place when it comes to like uploading and the times that I upload. But yeah, so I also did, like 2 months back maybe, I did get asked by like 2 or 3 of you if I was open to personals. So I kind of have been putting that like in the back, because again, I don't take readings lightly. I don't want to just, make it seem like nothing. I want to, it is something. It's something that you're not just gonna pay just because, I want to take it very seriously, and give my most high love and light, energy to you guys, just like some of you guys give in the comment section, which I appreciate, and you guys have no idea how much it means to me. So I've been kind of putting it in the back, but I am planning to maybe open up a website or an Etsy and do personals. I'll work on prices. Definitely want to make it affordable, because I don't want to make it seem like impossible to get a reading with me either. And work with you guys. And yeah, so any of those of you who maybe want a personal, I am planning to sometime open up an Etsy shop or a website. I need to definitely figure that out and see how that will work, okay? So yeah, getting that out of the way. For those of you who listen to this, thank you for listening to me vent. Those of you who maybe are going through some deep personal issues and some tough times, I send you guys lots of love and light, because I definitely know that it's easier said than done, Sometimes it just feels like too much, and it gets very overwhelming. You know, I feel like we're living in a time where it's like you just have to be strong because we don't really got another choice, right? I mean, we live in a world where being too nice is even a thing. But anyways, yeah. So sending you guys lots of love and light, whether you are a Gemini or not. I send you love and light and lots of strength from Gemini Glitters, me, to you, wherever you are. Okay, so keep going and keep your head up. And yeah. Let's see, Geminis. We will get you. I'll start off with some oracle cards. And let's see. Okay, so we have 3. We have Cupid's arrow, and it says, have faith, love is coming, surprise, invitation or meeting, hesitation. This one says soulmates, soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. Coffin, endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. Interesting. I feel personally, not that this is about me, but I mean, I am a Gemini rising and sun, Libra moon, so lots of air. I don't know, maybe I feel like I'm mentioning that for a reason. Maybe some of you guys are like strong air signs, right? Like you have a lot of air in your chart or something. I feel like I'm going through a transition where I'm seeing rest in peace to a lot of things. I even feel like a lot of connections too, some of which I never even thought would die, you know, not literally, but you know, like have to like remove myself from, you know, like it's kind of giving me like the picture of the death card, you know, endings bring new beginnings. Coffin card's kind of giving me that vibe of the death card. I feel like a lot of you guys, you're about to be liberated here from something. You're changing, you're growing. Some of you guys, even me mentioning about going through some personal things, some of you guys may be going through a tough cycle, or you have been going through a cycle, and I'm getting something about a loop. So you may be going through like an endless, or what feels like an endless loop of just going through things over and over. And I feel like my voice is even kind of like so for some of you, maybe you're working on your throat chakra too, or you're clearing your throat chakra and you're learning how to speak up for yourself. And I'm getting also like some of you not letting yourself, you know, be seen as weak, or just not letting yourself, defending yourself when needed. But yeah, I also feel like there's some kind of love connection here, or there might be someone here that's coming in. Any more, Spirit? I know these just are not affirmation cards, oracle love cards, but I feel like I'm channeling some messages here. Okay, it says heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, mourning. So for some of you, there could be like this energy of, you know, feeling heartbroken. And I know it says here separation. It doesn't have to be an actual lover, okay? It could even be separation from like, I'm kind of getting something about isolation. And it's funny because not funny in like a bad way, but I'm getting the Hermit card. So some of you guys may be in hermit mode, or you might just be like isolated from people, which to me, that is hermit mode. A lot of times when you're soul searching, when you are, I'm also getting something about the black sheep. So for some of you, you may be like the black sheep in your family. You might be like the odd one, or you know, maybe you're someone who is always told like, oh, you know, you're doing something wrong, or nothing's ever good enough. I'm getting like a lot of you guys may be separating yourself, right? A lot of times when you're in hermit energy, spirit, source, the universe, your guides, the angels, however you see fit, will separate you from people. It'll isolate you. You'll start to see the true colors of certain people. So I feel like for some of you, maybe you are maybe even feeling lost, okay? Or this could have been like a cycle that you were going through. kisses. It says unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. Yeah, I feel like there's some kind of connection here. And then interesting, it says lightning. It says sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. Yeah, I feel like for some of you here, you might be also meeting someone here, and it's like a strong soulmate connection. We have the Queen of Swords, the Magician. So the Queen of Swords being Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Magician being Gemini, right? Also like Virgo, I consider. Well, I mean, yeah, Virgo. Yeah, a lot of you guys, you're manifesting. A lot of you guys too, you might be, I'm getting something about nudges. You might be needing to use your intuitive nudges to manifest, okay? You might be, you know, where it says feeling lost. Sometimes when we're heartbroken, guys, and we're not all there energetically, we can feel like I'm lacking things that I need, resources that I need to make things happen. But the Magician here reminds me of someone that will pick up one of these tools and make something out of it. And the infinity symbol could be very significant. I'm getting for some of you something to do with an infinity symbol on the arm, okay? I pointed to my right side, so maybe for some of you on the right side, an infinity symbol could be significant. The Queen of Swords, yeah, learning boundaries. The Queen of Swords cuts people off and will separate themselves, regardless of gender, of things, places, people that come to them with BS or beating around the bush, like they say. The Queen of Swords is someone that's willing to talk to you, but will also cut you off if needed. So for some of you, maybe you're even in this energy where you're kind of using logic versus like wearing your heart on your sleeve, okay? Okay, we have the Knight of Wands, we have the King of Wands, the Two of Wands, sorry, and we have the Nine of Swords. Yeah, so it's like you're at 9, you're almost at the end. And interesting because the infinity symbol looks like an 8, so it's like 8, 9. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, there's progression here, just going based off like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. I feel here with this Knight of Wands, regardless of, I know a lot of times this is seen as like a player in like a love situation, but I'm getting for a lot of you guys, you might be assertive towards an energy that may be in and out, okay? And it could even be overall, it could be lovers, it could just be people who may think that they could come in one moment and leave the next. It could even be people who kind of have like one foot in, one foot out with you in some way. And with this King of Wands here, I'm getting authority or authoritative is what I'm getting. So for some of you, maybe there's also like an authoritative figure or someone that wants to have authority that you're making boundaries towards. Because I laid it down and it's like the Queen of Swords. Doesn't it look like the Queen of Swords is like telling something to the King of Wands? So regardless if they're a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, remember we can all embody different energies for different times, different circumstances. This definitely could be someone here that maybe wants to have authority. And the King of Wands can be an energy regardless if they're a lover, if they're a friend, if they're a parent. It's that type of energy of my way or the highway. It's someone that, oh, I'm getting a very heavy word that I cannot probably say on YouTube. B-I-T-C-H-Y, okay? That word, you guys get, you guys get the word. It could be someone that has that kind of attitude, okay? That acts like that. If it is a parent, if it's a lover, it doesn't matter. It's just someone who, it's like my way or the highway. And it can also be someone that thinks that they know it all, kind of like a little bit arrogant. I'm getting this could be someone that has their head stuck in their butt. Okay, so you guys get what I mean by that. But anyways, with this Two of Wands, I feel like, yeah, a lot of you guys, you're like moving ahead. I'm getting a lot of you guys, there might be, if you don't feel like this already, you might start to have opportunities, or you may have an opportunity like at literally like at the palm of your hands. And I know that probably sounds a little cheesy, but it's like you're gonna have something, okay, and not literally an object. I don't know, maybe for some of you, maybe you are holding something, and you're gonna be looking ahead. Notice how this person isn't looking behind them, and there's not people around them, it's nature. So for some of you, maybe there's a decision or something that's gonna happen where you're gonna have things, not things, you're gonna have like nature type of things around you, trees, flowers, and it may help you move forward with some kind of decision. I also feel like with this Nine of Swords, it's like you're at the end here. Yeah, you're at the end. You're about to be at the end here of what feels like could possibly be a cycle. Yeah. You might be feeling that heartbroken energy for some of you. Maybe you, remember, we're all in different timelines. Maybe for some of you, you are still kind of grieving. You might have a lot of anxiety. I'm also getting some of you guys may have tension headaches, or, you know, this is an energy that literally doesn't have to even be at night, but it definitely, I mean, it looks like nighttime, where you're just kind of overthinking. And I know Gemini energy, I mean, I'm a Gemini sun and rising. We can get in our head so much to the point where our head is like spiraling. We're not the Nine of Swords for nothing, right? That's Gemini energy. So yeah, let's see what else. Wow, I should have said it and I didn't. I was about to say, when I said, you know, that when about us Geminis, how our mind will spiral, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Sometimes I feel like it can be a bit of a good thing and a bad thing, right? Because we are very quick. I feel like we're very quick thinkers. We're very, you know, smart, but we can also spiral and get in our head too much. But anyways, I was picturing the Eight of Swords, and here's the Eight of Swords. And I'm not just saying that just to be like, oh yeah, like, you know, or for views or anything like that. I really was like, I was gonna say, we're not the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords for nothing. The Eight of Swords is someone who's stuck in their head thinking. It almost gives me like a headache, you know, like a head wrap around this person's mind. They're tied. The thing is, Gemini, I feel like you can definitely get yourself out. For some of you, and I'm not trying to be harsh, okay? You'll know if this applies to you or not. For some of you, with the Eight of Swords coming out after the Nine of Swords had came out, some of you guys may need to watch your thoughts. You may need to watch your energy, because it may be one of those things where you go from, you know, grieving and feeling a lot of things at night to like maybe it showing during the day, or you look tired, or it starts to show in like maybe in your eating habits or something like that. The Hanged Man, Pisces energy, the Hierophant, Taurus, and the Chariot, Cancer. Yeah, so with the Hanged Man, the Hierophant, and the Chariot, I feel like this is an energy of oh, interesting. I just got a download. For some of you, I'm getting there might be people around you, whether they're around you a lot, a little bit, maybe just energetically attached to you in some way. I'm getting that these people may not be helping you feel better. Okay, it might be people that you actually want to isolate from. And interesting, because the Hanged Man is here, Pisces energy. So for some of you, I'm getting here like there might be an energy of stillness. You may actually need to take time to maybe look at things from different points of views. Okay, you may need to, it could even be like resting, and I know this does not look like a good resting position. I mean, he's hanging upside down, but hey, even sometimes sitting on grass next to a tree is like the most comforting thing ever versus like a cushiony chair, right? So for some of you, I'm getting like you may need to kind of take some time off to kind of observe around you. With this Hierophant Taurus energy, yeah, like I'm getting there's something here that you're moving forward with, and it's traditional. It's something that is very inclined with your tradition. I'm even getting for some of you, you may even be tuning into this energy where you're like a guru, okay? Guru meaning like maybe you read cards yourself. You may teach people about your own experiences. A manifestation coach. It could be you talking about, you know, like being a light worker in some way. Heck, even a shadow worker, right? Because I mean, there has to be some shadow in order for there to be light. Like it can't always be love and light, you know. Yeah, and with this Chariot here, and I admire people that, you know, see that balance between shadow and light, because there has to be some shadow in order for it to be light, you know. Even as a light worker, you definitely need to know that. And with this Chariot here, I feel like you're moving forward too. I'm also getting here with the Chariot, there might be certain things, certain people that you're leaving behind, because the person on the Chariot is like the Emperor. It's someone who's been through a lot, has gained wisdom, learned lesson. No one just gets on the Chariot just because. You don't just get on the Chariot just because, you know. And think of it like, and I know this probably is going to sound like a funny analogy, but it's like a brand new car out of the dealer, right? They're not just going to let anyone, you know, drive it or buy it. You know, you got to have some kind of, you know, form of, I feel like that's a really bad example, but you guys get what I mean. Like, you don't just get on the Chariot just because. It's someone who's had to learn a lot of lessons. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're moving forward here. You're moving. I'm even getting you're moving away. I'm also getting sometimes too, the Chariot can give me an energy of like, not everybody can fit on the Chariot. Some people need to be left behind. Some people need to be left behind. Not everybody could come with you on the Chariot. Some people need to be left behind. And it's interesting because I was mentioning earlier how I feel, you know, not that this is about me, how I was feeling, how there's certain things that I just didn't think I needed to actually let go. Certain connections, certain people that I need to let go of, that I didn't think I needed to let go. And I even say that because some of it is tied to family. So for some of you, you know, we're programmed as a society, guys, that family is people that we're stuck to and that we owe things to, when in reality, sometimes that's not the way it is. Sometimes family, like I was even mentioning earlier too, I feel like a lot of you guys may resonate with that, where, you know, you may consider like, you know, an audience, right? Like those of you who come and watch my videos, my readings, how you may consider soul family people that aren't even biologically related to you. So for some of you, I'm getting here like you're leaving certain people, certain things. I'm even getting certain places behind, okay? And I know I'm not pulling a lot of cards, but I just feel like this could be a message specifically for some of you. Ooh, Ascending. It says transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. So I definitely feel here that there is someone here that you're going to be meeting. It could even be that this cycle, this phase that you're going, not phase, like cycle, or yeah, like phase that you're going through is leading you to true love. It could even be that for some of you here, regardless of these two, this Knight of Wands and this King of Wands, you, whether this, you know, this could be the lover, this Knight of Wands, or it could be a family member, this King of Wands could be, you know, vice versa, however it fits. It could be people that say one thing but mean another, my way or the highway, want to keep you like a string. I'm getting something about puppet, right? Like people that want to keep you like you're their puppet and they have you on the string. Like, no, you're not meant to be boxed in. You're not meant to be, you know, in a box. You're not meant to be boxed in. So for a lot of you guys, I'm just getting here like you're leading to someone that is not going to have this 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you know, or is only loyal when it benefits them. It just doesn't work that way, you know. So let's see, what else for Gemini? Give me 2 cards before I close off this reading. Keys on a ring. It says many options, decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand. It says passion and seeing chemistry like each other, having fun. Separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of future. So for some of you, I definitely feel here that there could be yeah, separation. It could even be future energy where you separate yourself from people and they may start to feel sad, or they may start to miss you. They may even start to feel unsure of future, okay? Because for some of you, I'm getting, and the Queen of Swords gets a bad rep, I think, for being like mean. Definitely can be in certain circumstances, but I just feel like this is you being like, no, I've had the sword on my back. Now I'm going to use the sword when needed. Because the Queen of Swords once had the sword on her back, on their back, right? Doesn't matter gender. Yeah, with the Kings on a ring where it says many options, decision, string along, one night stand. I'm getting here for some of you guys, there you could have like the keys to something. Could be you who has many options, okay? And even though it says string along, one night stand, I'm getting here like you, the way I'm channeling it, I feel like you may have the key now to these things where they may have been people that wanted to string you along, or may have wanted one night stands, or just people that were in and out. It's like now you have the key. Now you have the key. And interesting because I keep going like this. It's like you're holding the key now. You have access to whether you want that energy or not. And where it says passion and seeing chemistry like each other, equally having fun, I feel like this is someone that you're going to be meeting. I feel like this is definitely someone who you're going to be meeting, Gemini. Okay, let's see. Let's pull one more tarot. Give me one last tarot card before I close off this reading for Gemini. Seven of Swords and the Two of Swords. Yep. I'm getting here for some of you guys, there's people that may be sneaky, deceptive, they may tell half-truths, right? And it could be in a form of anyone, family, friends, lovers, a lover. And I'm getting here with this Two of Swords. For some of you, I'm getting here like taking off the blindfold, okay? Taking off the blindfold, taking off that blindfold that no longer needs to be there, taking off that blindfold of people that are like this, people that may even want to take away from you. And it could be actual things, it could just be energy. Yeah, maybe for some of you it's not even that you have a, I mean obviously that's just an example, the blindfold, but could even be that for some of you you're kind of like, where do I go, here or there? I don't know, because there's two directions, right? Some of you guys, you may, something about like, maybe you take off the rose-colored glasses for some of you about certain people or certain situations near water. That may help you kind of like, I'm getting unlock your third eye. And this one says axe, breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. So I feel like for a lot of you guys here, you're stopping the pattern here. Yeah, you're like separating yourself. And when I think of an axe, it's kind of like dividing. So you may be dividing yourself from certain things. You may be abandoning certain things, okay? So yeah, Gemini, I hope you guys got some kind of clarity and or guidance. I know this was kind of a long read and not too many cards, but even if it's for one person that I can help in some way, or helped someone, or said something that resonated or something, okay? I send you guys lots of love and light. And in terms of major energies here, we have Cancer, some air. We have Gemini, Taurus, Pisces, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. And love and light, Geminis.